I'm doing all this just so I can end up broke. I'm gonna be the richest I've ever been in Ironman, just to be the poorest once again. People just said, oh, get to 100 mil, it's easy. I'm Ironman, people. This all took place a few months ago, like this video is long overdue. I was very satisfied where I was in my Ironman profile that I started at the beginning of this year. As it goes for any Skyblock player, the main goal is always to become a bit stronger and a bit more competent in dungeons. What the fuck? I was aware that given that this was an Ironman profile that I would have to put in the hours upon hours to grind to actually make this profile worth it. I was already proud of myself at this point for being able to turn my crystallized heart into a revive heart for better healing while in combat. But I was even more proud of myself when I was able to get a full Shadow Assassin set and get it fully fragged to a legendary status. My biggest accomplishments include when I first got my first giant sword that I honestly really wasn't caring for, because at this point I was looking for a necromancer's chest plate so that way I can actually be a decent tank in floor 6. No chest plate? Why would there be a chest plate? Why would there be a f***ing chest plate? I'm gonna go strangle a chicken. I've also had little victories as far as dropping a rare die while farming, dropping an ice spray wand randomly in dungeons, getting my first golem pet while in the end. However, the excitement that I got for that necromancer chestplate is beyond words, that I'm pretty sure all my teammates in my Discord call have lost their hearing a little bit since then.
What about Master Mode 4?
Yeah.
You need Master Stars. Yeah, but you need Master Stars for normal catacombs, bro.
No, bro, all I need to do is masturbate and then I'll be good with life.
Wait, you dropped a giant?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! What did you get?
At this point, I was happy just to be able to finally be a decent tank in floor 6, and I was finally able to get my first carry through floor 7. However, not too long after that, one day on stream, it all happened. Actually, I had a dream that I dropped a Necron's handle, and it was actually a nightmare because I know for a fact that I did not have the money for it.
I had a few dreams of dropping a giant sword.
Alright. And... oh! Bruh! Handle! Dude! No! Oh! Bruh! We're gonna end stream right now. I need to make 100 million in about 24 hours. I'm not joking. Dude, what is this luck? Now, prior to all this, I was just grinding a bunch of farming, because farming actually made me decent money when I needed money for a giant sword, my necromancer chestplate, and upon other things, like necromancer sword for like E-Man Slayer, or just any other things that I needed. However, the most that I made off of farming in one day was like 25 mil. And that was already crazy enough to the people that would visit my island from my streams. But this was something different. The amount of money that I had made in one day off of farming, I now had a quadruple overnight. For those that don't know, if you drop something in a chest and you can't buy it right then and there, you can come back to it and buy it another time in the dungeon hub. Except it's only there for about 24 hours, and then it's gone forever. So basically, I had to make 100 million coins in 24 hours for that Necron's handle, otherwise it would be gone. Now, if you're in a regular profile, you can just auction flip a bunch of items until you have the desired money, no problem. But this is an Ironman profile, and you can't auction flip, you can't bazaar flip for easy profits. You need to grind everything by hand. And thus, as I look at the Necron's handle sitting in front of me, the grind has begun. Now, my first move was to sell a few little things in my chests that were going to give me some easy profit, because I basically at this point had no money. And that brought me up to a good whopping 4.9 mil out of 100 mil. So thus, I remember being recommended by my chat to Arachne grind in the spider den. I was told that Arachne grinding can bring you anywhere from 12 to 15 mil an hour. After doing some quick math, you would think that all I had to do was grind about 9 hours to reach my goal. However, this is Skyblock, and not even basic math is on your side. See, the only way that you can reach this 12 to 15 mil coin goal an hour is if you are fighting the Crystal Arachne boss. See, there's two bosses that you can fight. One that you can summon with callings, and one that you can summon with a crystal. You only need 4 callings to summon the basic Arachne boss. However, this one is not that profitable. See, the main thing that you're after is a thing called Soul String, which this boss drops. When sold to an NPC, this stuff really does sell for a good profit. However, the amount that you get summoning the boss with callings is really not that much to give you 12 to 15 mil an hour. To do this, we absolutely need the crystal to summon the boss. Now one might think because I need 4 callings to summon the basic boss, that the 1 crystal should be more easier to acquire. Could it be furthest from the truth? To make just 1 crystal, you would need 3 arachnid fragments, 8 enchanted spider eyes, and 30 enchanted string to make 1 crystal. This is easy for a regular profile to get, but not an Ironman. And trust me, placing the callings would not be worth it because you can only get at max 6 soul string, but if you place crystals you can get max 32 soul string. So if we take into factor that each soul string sells for 5k to an NPC, and most that you can get is 32 off of a crystal boss, the amount of crystals we would need to reach 100 mil would be exactly 625. But the cool thing is that we'd still be making money off of killing the actual mobs during the boss fight, and if we sold the enchanted spider eyes during the thing. I wasn't selling the enchanted string as I wanted to use it for the Reaper mask I would eventually make. So basically if we take all that in mind, we'd still only need about like 500 crystals. Just 500. The biggest challenge throughout doing all this was definitely trying to find a lobby that constantly was placing crystals, to the point where every single time I would find somebody that would be placing crystals, I would make them a comrade almost immediately, as they were the ticket to my wealth. From that point on, I would grind for hours. Within that first hour, I managed to get myself to 14 mil out of 100 mil. It was looking good, but then in the second hour, I was only able to get up to 20 mil out of 100 mil. At this point, I was fortunate enough to at least have 2 people in my party that were dedicated to helping me find constant crystal lobbies. The third hour popped around and I was only able to once again reach another 10 mil to bring me to 30 mil. From this point on, the main struggle was just trying to find lobbies that weren't cluttered with people that were keeping us from making decent income, to the point where around the 4th hour, we were only able to make 9 mil, which brought us to 39 mil. At this point, I was able to notice the slow decline of our hourly rates, but we had to push forward. My worries were then confirmed as once we reached the 5th hour, we only were at 47 mil. At this point, the thought of a 12 to 15 million gold an hour was long gone from my mind. I mean, at least I was turning a lot of my Revenant flesh into Revenant viscera for the Reaper mask I would eventually make, so there's that. It was around this hour that my chat was informing me that I could sell these legendary tarantula pets that I kept getting from the boss to an NPC in the hub, which each one sold for 100k. It's not much, but it is income. After 20 minutes into the 5th hour, we found that we had reached our bank limit, so the amount of money that we had to make was now going to be held in our purse. Now this was actually really dangerous because if we actually died from any mobs, we would lose half of our money in our purse. Luckily for me, I was prepared and had Bank 5 on my helmet and boots. If you don't know what Bank does, basically it prevents you from losing coins in your purse. Except only a certain amount, so at Bank 5 you only get 50% reduction of losing coins. So I needed it on my helmet and boots in order to not lose any money. By the time we got to the 6th hour, I was only carrying about 5 mil in my purse, meaning we've only made about 8 million this hour. Unfortunately, by this hour, the people that we were once grinding crystals with had to go offline to actually get some sleep, leaving me to search and grind crystal lobbies myself. It was at this point I was considering changing my game plan. After selling my inventory 30 minutes into the 6th hour, bringing me up to 10 million coins, we eventually switched to farming in hopes that it would be more profitable. It was a mistake. By the end of the 7th hour, we had barely made only 1.5 mil out of 30 minutes of farming, which basically within the hour we would have only made like around 3 mil. With that in mind, we went back to arachnid grinding. Unfortunately, we had a hard time finding a decent crystal lobby. If I somehow don't get the Necron's handle, I'm gonna blame this past hour for it. This was not the bestest. Bringing us only up a measly 7 mil by the end of the 8th hour. With 50 mil in our bank and 18 mil in our pockets, we were at 68 mil out of 100 mil. Guys, we are still 32 million away. Oh my god. I'm not giving up. It's just like, fuck, man. At this point, I decided to carry everything on me because I wanted to do something very, very nice. Actually, what could I sell to give us 69? I don't want to sell any of these resources yet. Definitely not the redstone. After grinding for 8 consistent hours, my chat encouraged me to take a break, which I was very much against, but I eventually gave into. It was at this point my chat got to hear what my thoughts are when I'm a sleepy person. And when I'm a sleepy person, you don't want to hear the thoughts that go through my head. As I was saying, yeah, intimacy. Intimacy, it's not really my thing. It feels like an unnecessary way to show that you actually give a shit about somebody. It's almost like people think that words isn't enough. By the time we hit the 9th hour, we were 69 mil in our purse and ready to get back on the grind. Unfortunately, it was once again hard to find a crystal lobby, thus, we were only able to make 4 mil this hour, which led me to go back to farming in hopes it would make just a little bit more, which I quickly regretted and went back to arachne grinding, making us now 5 mil by the 11th hour. Oh, I expected that. Okay, at least he doesn't have his cock out. I was half expecting that, I'm not gonna lie. This is what you wanted me to see? I'm trying to grind money and this is what you wanted me to see? I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty well done. Let me hop on my main real quick. This is as far as we go as far as artwork goes. This is art right here. This is art right here. And by a little over the 12th hour, we were at 88 million out of 100 million. Lucky for me, the person that was once helping me grind arachne crystals very easily had come back, helping me reach 94 million by the 13th hour. By this point though, I was very tired, to the point I was selling some of my most valuable stuff that I was not looking forward to grinding again. Bro, we could just sell everything. We could just sell everything and we have the money, but no. But I was too tired to care. I needed the money. Well, we have another refined we're about to sell. With my purse now at 97 million, I could almost feel the Necron's handle in my hands. However, just when the person was back helping me grinding these crystals, he looked like he was about to get off, but once I told him how close I was to my goal, to which he was happy to stick around and help me grind till the end. Let's go and get 3 mil real quick. Yes! And after 30 minutes into the 13th hour, after he placed his final crystal... Wait a minute. Wait, I think we have it. Wait, I think we have it. And all I had to do was sell my last bit of inventory. This is it. We're about to have it. 101 mil. We have made 100 mil in one day. Not even in one day. That is in 14 hours. The time had come. I was free. The last thing that was left to do was to claim the handle. This is it. Oh, this is it, bro. Oh my gosh, this is it. We have it. Guys, we have it. We have it. Oh my gosh, yes. We did it. We spent 14 hours doing this, and now it's time to say bye-bye to the stream. We've gotten all the money and stuff like that. We've done it, people. We've done it. After 13 hours and 50 minutes, I had made 100 million coins and claimed the Necron's handle. And then I took like 3 months to make this video, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Watch my streams. They're kind of funny. Okay, bye. Oh yeah, funny thing, I dropped the handle on my 21st run. Just thought I'd throw that in there.